walk. So I told y'all I did the last reading on the channel this morning. So I just give y'all some messages and downloads so y'all don't lose the channel. That's it, y'all. But try to keep it positive in here. No morning negativity, y'all. So I decided to still do the little walks. Y'all like the walks and all. So I was sitting in my car eating my little breakfast burrito. I had a little, I think it was a Mexican style breakfast burrito. It was really good. I normally don't have breakfast burritos, but it was something new that I never eat. But it was good, y'all. It was different, but it was good. Okay. So I was sitting in the family vehicle, okay? The Not the play vehicle, but our family vehicle. And I decided to take that out. Normally I don't drive it because it's a bigger car and I don't like big cars. But I was asking God, what do evil really want now? Like, what do evil really want? And this is what God told me. Okay. This is what God told me. God told me the evil really want our free spirits. Evil's trapped, y'all. Evil is trapped. And it won't change to get out of its trapped situation. So it wants us trapped with it, y'all. The Creator told me evil want us to live in fear. Want us to always be paranoid, running for cover, always in lack mindset, but really just like not living so much in lack about money that we don't live our life. It want us to be afraid to spend money to feel and be free. It want us afraid to do that. Okay. This dark energy then took another way of blocking us. It was before saying spend money on stuff, buy stuff. Now it's saying sit in your house, don't go nowhere, don't do nothing, run for your life. That's what it's saying now. Okay, it want us to be scared. Look, y'all, it want us to be scared to just go in the grocery stores now. They want us to be like, it want us to be running on fight or flight, just doing essential needs, y'all. This is real. When I see how fast people be like going into the gas stations, in and out, like laser focus, I'm like, whoo. Like evil got us like literally like always thinking about what's coming from behind, from the sides, to the point that we're not spending enough time thinking about our destiny. Our mind is being hijacked by paranoia. See, I'm telling y'all, it's some sort of narcissistic, real wicked energy that is causing a mass paranoia, a mass like fear of going into the unknown. A lot of people, they want you to think that they went into the unknown, that when they quit their 9-to-5 jobs that they were like so brave. But I'm telling y'all, a lot of people did not quit their 9-to-5 jobs and bet on themselves. They didn't. They went and did trends. They went and did what everybody else was doing. They went and did things that they see people getting money. A lot of people they ain't really betting on themselves. They betting on other people who betted on themselves. They betting on other people who already seem covered and favored. The evil and the devil got us thinking that we can't bet on ourselves. We got to bet on other people. Otherwise, we're going to fall behind. Okay. I don't like this feeling that I get in the air when I'm out in society. Like, oh, like I can't spend a little money to have a little pleasure, or else I'm not mindful with money. I can't do something fun, or I'm gonna be falling behind financially. I don't like that type of weird paranoia. I remember back in the 90s, if people had only $100 in their bank account, wasn't nobody all panicking, okay? People would be like, at least I got to do fun stuff with my money. People would be like, at least I got to celebrate myself and celebrate life. they was like, oh, there's more money out here. Now people are acting like there's no money out here when there is. Okay? The thing is, people are overrating themselves, expecting too much too soon. People are trying to live above their budget, and people are expecting to have it all without putting in the hard work for some years. Most things that go big, it takes at least 5 years, y'all. It takes at least 5 years to master something. So even if you start a new YouTube channel today, to see some good money coming in, it's probably going to take about. My mouth is so water, y'all. My mouth is so watery. Praise the Most High. I got a lot of manifesting energy in me, so my mouth is watering. Whoo, there's a lot of water in the air. But anyway, a lot of people are not realizing that even if you start a business today, I know a lot of people are like, I'm starting something new. You better be ready to be in it for 5 years. I mean, the Nobel Prize winning people took 10, 15 years to perfect their manuscript. Some of the biggest names, Hemingway, poet Robert Hawes, took 10 to 15 years on their books. Now, if you're lucky, you can maybe do it sooner. If you got a process that works for you, maybe in 5 years. But the point that I'm making is evil is saying, telling us we're running out of time, that this world's collapsing, the end is coming. The fact that we have so much access to conspiracy theories that is causing unnecessary panic. Okay? The fact that these conspiracy theorist people can just hop online and just hijack the comments and corrupt our minds to live in fear. This is causing people to hide away for no reason. The people who are happiest, a lot of the people who are happiest, they're the ones living their life. They going outside no matter what somebody say. Like, look at this. I know it's freezing cold, but why should this stop your life? Like, why? It didn't stop our life when we was young. When we was in our 20s, we still was out there trying to meet somebody. We still was going to the clubs. We still was walking to our friend's house. We was still going to the candy store. But look at this. Everybody's living in fear of even the winter season. It's like crazy. Like, people are, oh, it's too cold. Why don't you put on a hat and gloves? Why don't you invest in a good coat instead of trying to invest in a friend that don't care about you? A lot of people are still spending money on people that don't care about them, but they're doing it in secret, keeping it from their families, not telling their families that they're cash cows still. Like, for real, y'all, look. Go outside. Evil wants you to stay in during the winter season. Evil wants you to not get no vitamin D. It wants you to run from the light in the winter. Like, this is the realest talk, y'all. Evil wants you to be like, it's too cold. There's too much snow. Somebody might rob me because it's the winter season and they're struggling. I'm going to stay inside. It's too cold. But you know what? Every season has law of attraction. Every season uses a certain temperature to manifest. Look, there's people that never see snow. There's people that never see this. So when you do pictures and photographs and videos with snow, that's still abundant. Like, I know people say, I'm not going outside to play baseball in the snow. If you wanted to be a baseball player, a famous baseball player one day, you would. Why would it stop you? Like, the difference between the people that achieve a whole lot is that nothing stops them. Okay? The show must go on. At least 30 minutes a day, the show must go on. So I decided that I don't really care what the weather's like, unless it's like zero below. I'm not going to sit up there and be like, oh, I just need to hide away. Okay, even if you don't want to go outside. I know some of y'all are like got social anxiety, and I know some of y'all didn't even have it until the shutdown. Keep it real. Some of y'all was not like, I don't want to be around people. It wasn't until y'all was hanging out on these apps during the shutdown, letting random strangers, narcissistic conspiracy theory people put fear in you for no reason. Okay? If it's your time to go, you're not going to get away from it. Okay? If it's your time to go, it's going to get you anyway. So you might as well just go out there and enjoy the day that you have. For real. The day that my mother passed, and she was in pain. My mother was suffering the day she died. You know what she posted? She posted on Facebook that morning. She said, "Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Lots of love. And to your sweetheart, have a good day with your sweetheart." That was her last online post. And then she died that night. Could she have just said, "No, I don't care about nobody. I don't want to talk to nobody"? She continued what she liked to do. She liked it, her Facebook. My mother loved Facebook. She got to meet friends that she hasn't seen in 50 years. She reconnected with people that she lost contact with back in the 60s. So the point that I'm saying is get on with your life and stop letting evil steal time from you or make you waste your time just living in fear. This is real, y'all. Okay? Stop worrying about what anyone has to say about you. Okay? You value yourself. If you feel like it's going to give you more time of what you're doing, that you're going to have more time out of your day to do the fun things you want to do, then do it. Okay? If washing your hair and wearing washing goes is making you feel like you're richer with your time, then do it. I used to be like, "Oh, my hair got to be perfectly done before I get on video, before I go get breakfast." I'm like, who? For who? Who? Like who? All I'm doing is getting some breakfast and going on a walk. My little 2 days a week, I get to eat out and have me a little breakfast sandwich, a break from cooking. 2 days a month, I get to have breakfast out. If somebody don't like my hair, I don't give a damn anymore. Like, this is the realest talk, y'all. This is the realest talk. If you don't like hair, cut it off. Why are you keeping it? You know you don't like hair. It's annoying. You're irritated by it. Why keep something? Keep something all because you're afraid what society will say. Why? These are just people out here. Okay, the people that's judging you is the people that's running. I'm telling you, they running from something, or they wouldn't even be concerned about tearing you down. People that tear other people down, people that try to put fear in people for no damn reason, those are people who are living in fear themselves. They don't want to be afraid by themselves. They're trying to pull you in the same damn energy. Somebody said I'm melting here. This is the Rush Talk, y'all. Get out of your damn house. Do you think our ancestors were heated all winter long? No, sometimes they was walking around in beer coats and Eskimo coats, sitting at fire pits. Some of y'all got land that y'all ain't even using. You can literally have a fire pit outside. It would be the perfect time to do that. I have family members who I'm irritated with. You know why? Because they refuse to bring some native energy into the family. They refuse. They own land and don't want to put no fire pit. I mean, what? What is grass doing for you right now? Nothing. Nothing. If your ground looks like this, grass is doing nothing for you. Okay? Hi, everybody. So I wasn't as blessed as you guys. Exactly. I was in that energy. It was like, I can't stand winter. But then get over 45 and you'll be like, I'm happy that I get winter. Be a woman over 40 and you'll be like, whoo, I need this winter too. I'm telling y'all, I think we're not really meant to just be at one temperature. If that was the case, why would our ancestors be travelers? They were nomads for a reason. Look, I'm going to keep it real with y'all, okay? If you are of color, okay, and this is especially for people of color, but some of y'all white people can do this too. Some of y'all have what is called an adaptable blood type. You're miserable because your blood type wants cold and heat. Okay? Your blood type, if there's certain blood types that are adaptable. They was adaptable because they've been around since the Garden of Eden, if you want to say that. They've been around since Egypt came around. So your blood type is meant to travel. Some of y'all will never be happy until you start traveling from hot to cold, cold to hot. And it doesn't matter how much money you get, you're going to stay miserable because your blood is pissed at you. Your blood is disgusted by the fact you keeping it in the same temperature. You're keeping it around the same environment. It's sick of it. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. We on complete opposite. We got to send hundreds for. See what I'm saying? People here don't care about that. People here waste the grass. They just put some water in it and go about their business. This is in a very abundant city. Endless amount of grass, endless. Nobody's planting anything. You could walk a whole block and you'll see one garden. People here think they're rich because they just got grass growing green. And it's like, serious? But you have nothing in the grass. I literally got in a big argument last week with a family member for wasting our grass. I said, why do you want to have grass with no garden? Like, why do you want to do this? They're like, that's what they did. I said, really? You're irritated by me because we paying all this property tax just to look at some grass. Just to look at some grass. But if you had cement, then you would want the grass, right? Then you would say, oh, I wish I had some grass. But now you got grass, but you got seeds. You got a drawer full of seeds and you won't plant one seed. Y'all, something is dark about having seeds and you don't plant one thing. Something is very low vibrational about that because there's people living in project buildings who can never have their own grass. If you have your own grass, you are abundant and favored. Start acting like you are. Start giving gratitude. Go buy those seeds right now while they're on sale. Okay? Grow some vegetables and give some to your friends who are living in the projects. Your friends who are living off government checks and disabled, give them some of your vegetables this winter. This spring. Stop sitting up there just looking at that grass. The city is laughing at you. They are laughing in your face. They're laughing at you because they're like, haha, I got your property tax money and look at you. Just grass. There's a woman who moved in next door to me. She moved into this big remodeled home. Newly modeled. She got beautiful grass. She got grandkids who she's paying their rent and their bills for. Guess what? She's been there 2 years and hasn't planted one seed. There's no way I'm going to be a retired 60-year-old woman or 70 and I don't plant no seeds in my grass. I didn't buy a new home in my 70s to not plant no seeds. I didn't dig in my pocket for an $80,000 home and just to look at some grass like this. I didn't do that for that. And that's what she's doing. She's sitting in her house. She's sitting on her porch all day in her gorgeous home, looking out the window at some grass. Y'all. Yeah. Let me tell you, it is not where you live at. It's what you make of it. Like, this is the realest talk, okay? Some of y'all say, I don't got no grass. You can have a garden in your home. This system is set up. It's evil. It's set up to make you think that you're stuck when you're actually not stuck. You're actually not stuck. I know someone who's in the best shape of their life. They're in their 60s. They look really good. They're real calm. And they're over there living and they got a government home. But they never say they're stuck. They never say they're stuck because they know how to work with what they got. Okay? They got a little business going on in their home. They hand wash their carpets, literally, y'all. They got throw rugs that they hand wash, straight up, hand wash. They drive every day to the place that gives out food. They talk to people. They have such a big connection that they don't have to do it alone. They don't have to go to the food banks because they get money. But they still go because this government provides, y'all. You know what I'm having today for dinner? Chicken dumpling soup. You know the chicken dumpling? I'm having a bowl of chicken dumpling soup with some buttered bread on the side and some applesauce for dessert and a short glass of red wine. Now that's a very humble meal, but it's the meal of our ancestors. It's the meal. The Asian people have chicken and dumplings. Chicken and dumplings is actually pretty cheap. You can buy literally a bowl of chicken and dumplings or canned chicken and dumplings for $5. Okay? That's cheaper. That's cheaper than sitting up there saying, well, I'm going to go ahead and get all these chickens together. I'm just saying, y'all, like, most of y'all don't realize that there's 90-year-old people they're outliving you. Some of them are in better shape than you, but it's because they know how to work this system, y'all. Okay, they know. There's a 90-year-old dude on YouTube, and he says every morning he has soup. They was interviewing him because he's walking around like he's in his 50s. Every morning he has soup. He says he eats soup all year round. Now, can you imagine how much money you would be saving if you ate soup all year round? Like, just think about it. Like, if you had soup for breakfast and dinner or lunch and dinner, you'd be saving way more money. Okay, I literally just saved so much money having chicken and dumplings and bread for dinner. Chicken and dumpling soup, okay? Like, now I don't even want to think. Really? I'm going to be honest. Like, I find that the evil has made us think that living under our budget is a curse. When guess what? Our ancestors were living off less. That's deep though, right? They was wearing hand-me-down clothes all the time. They weren't able to just go to Walmart and buy a new coat. They was wearing their grandfather's coats. They was eating food that they didn't froze in the snow somewhere for like months, like dry beef jerky and stuff. So we are actually more privileged than our ancestors, way more privileged. Start acting like you are. When you say I'm already rich, it's because you have more privileges than even the Egyptians had. They had to slave out all day. They didn't even have the right to burn their bodies for funerals. Do y'all know that the Egyptian community couldn't even afford to cremate each other? Okay, and I'm sure some of y'all can get everybody together in the family, put up $300 and get a cremation for $900. Okay? At least 4 of us can get that together in my family. We did it with my dad. But imagine if you was in Egyptian times. You just, somebody's body just thrown out in the desert somewhere because you can't afford the cremation. Evil wants you to think that you are poor compared to all these advertisements. But the reason why you think you're poor is because of the shiny object trickery that's going on. Oh, don't go outside. Your coat's not new. Your shoes ain't new. That's all tricks, y'all. Okay, let me tell you. Why are you paying for a $500,000 home when you can literally move other people in? If I lived in a $500,000 home, best believe my whole damn family living there. Like, why can't you go Africa on it? Like, for real, in Africa, they living with brothers and sisters and siblings. The problems that I have with Americans is that a lot of us want to be toxic. That's why we don't want to share a home. A lot of us want to have dirty secrets, lay up, unmarried, fornication, getting high, all type of stuff. So it's like, oh, we're willing to pay a $500,000 rent just so we can live dirty and nobody know that we're doing it. Mama would never know what I'm doing. Clean up your act and you won't have a problem with living with grandma. Stop the trifling stuff and go rent a room off your grandma. We was not meant to, look, we was meant to live with family. Look at the movie Apocalypto. They're all living in the same village. They're all living together, okay? The point, the point that I'm making, in my family, no one wants to live with each other. I do, but nobody else. You know why they don't want to live? You know why they don't want to live together? Because they know they're doing stuff that they're ashamed of. Stop sinning all the time and you will save money. Like for real, just cut back on the sinning and you'll attract more people that want to help you. For some reason, when you're in the sinning energy, it sends out a vibration, some dirty vibration to you. People can pick it up like, because I can pick it up like, ooh, what they do. Ooh, I don't know what they did, but ooh, child. So that's the point is taking care of yourself and getting out getting out of poverty requires you to stop the sinning. But the devil tells you you ain't making it unless you sin. That's what the devil say. The devil say you're not making it unless you trick, lie to the man to get his money, sleep with multiple dudes to get money, rip off somebody to get money, all type of stuff. But guess what? You're going to realize that you're getting more stuck. You're getting more stuck. Okay? Look, when people decide to help you out, they sniffing out your sinning energy. They're trying to see if you're sinning. I am not more luckier than anybody else. I just make it my personal business to keep my sinning energy down to a low percentage so that it doesn't affect my law of attraction. So that when I go out here and I get around people, my energy ain't like a garbage can, okay? There might be a little rot in my energy because I got trauma. But other than that, no. Hi, everybody. Okay? Most people out here, even the wicked people, can sense that you've been sinning. Okay? Guess what, y'all? Hiding away and storing your abundance is a sin. That's gluttony, that's greed, that's low-key sloth. Seriously, because when you hide away and you're not in the world, you're tempted to not respect your body. You could cheat on taking care of yourself because you up in the crib all the time. See, it's the new sin that's going on now is gluttony and sloth, because there ain't nobody going nowhere. Serious. Look at this. And as soon as it gets 90 degrees, everyone's going to say, I wish it was winter. Hi, everybody. Oh, thanks for subbing. Like, I feel like this. If you're going to sin, if you're going to sin and you say you need help, sin outside the house. Go live with your grandma and do your sinning everywhere else. That way, you can still have the benefits of grandma taking care of you and get your dirty karma like you want to. Y'all, I'm just saying. I'm not supporting sinning, but if you feel like you got to sin so much and still live off your sister and brother, do the sinning elsewhere so you can keep that cheap roof over your head. Most people are just not helping you because they can sense your sinning energy. And somebody needed to say it, okay? All right? And I'm going to tell y'all, everybody get one ghetto friend. And I'm not talking about they doing ghetto stuff. Somebody that knows the ghetto. Humble yourself and be friends with somebody that knows the ghetto. The ghetto is abundant. I'm telling y'all might think the ghetto ain't abundant, and it is. Where y'all think I got this coat? Okay? Somebody asked me where I got this coat. A friend of mine buys things in the ghetto that's free and resells them. Okay, so I'm sorry, that's cheap. So he buys stuff from people that at a cheap price, but the stuff is new. It's still got the price tag on it, and then he resells it or he gives it away as Christmas gifts. This way, this way, he bought it cheaper than it was on the rack. So this is like almost a $200 coat. This is a J-Lo coat. Some of y'all may not notice, but it is. It's a J-Lo coat. I'm trying to get y'all to see the label. The label's on the inside. It's a J-Lo coat. And J-Lo coats are all about $100 and up. I didn't pay nothing for this coat. Okay, I drove the person, I jitneyed the person twice, and that came to about $25 in the jitney fee. But it was my birthday too, my birthday week. So I said, you know, it's my birthday week. And they was like, didn't you say you wanted a coat? They was like, I'm selling this J-Lo coat right now. I got some J-Lo stuff I'm selling. I was like, oh, wait a minute. So they said, you know what, go ahead and take the coat as a happy birthday gift. See what I'm saying? Y'all got to start opening your mouth out here to people who's generous and people who know where you're at. Okay, the people who are good people in the ghetto, they know what it's like to be you. They know what it's like to be you. Oh, thank you very much, y'all. Hold on, y'all. See, this is how you know. When you have an authentic coat by somebody, normally their initials is on the pen, see, J-Lo, or it's on the inside. That's how you know. If it was a knockoff, it wouldn't be on the inside like this. It'll be like a fake little label on the outside. But most of the real coats, they have the label. Okay, or it's on the lining, under the lining of the coat. All right. So, yeah, y'all, I'm telling y'all, one of the reasons why law of attraction is blocked is because you just sinned. Like literally, you could be good, kind, you could have done your vision work, but if you were just in sinning energy over the last week, you might as well just stay home until you clear that energy out. You might as well be like, I'm not even gonna go out here and try to get nothing because this is gonna block me even if I'm positive thinking. Okay, positive thinking does not trump sinning energy. Y'all, I be saying some stuff in my videos. Yeah. Whew. This is my big dog coat. I got what you call a cotton sweater jacket for the fall. I got a blue jean jacket for the spring and fall, and I got this for the heavy winter. This is January, March rather. You know how March goes out like a lion or comes in like a lion. That's what it looks like. That's what's happening. Okay, this winter is going out like a lion. So it's time to pull out your big coats. I actually have a beautiful white hat too that my daughter got as a Christmas present, but she had two hats. So she gave to me. Look, start asking people for stuff too. That's another thing. Stop being afraid to say no. My friend, who I consider him one of the best survivors I ever met, he should do a course on surviving. He will ask people for anything, okay? He'll be like, I don't have this, you got two, can I get it? Or I'll give you half the price of it. He's always negotiating with someone. He'll sit in the streets for an hour negotiating with people. But the fact that he's not afraid to say, hey, where did you get that? How can I get it? He always looks like he's rich. He always has the nicest stuff, you know. But you have to open your mouth. Evil tells you that that's low vibrational, that you're a beggar, that you are embarrassing yourself. Evil say, if you tell somebody that you need what they got, you looking ridiculous. They're all going to laugh at you. That's what evil say. But guess what? There's going to be somebody that don't laugh at you. There's going to be somebody, if you ain't been sinning, there's going to be somebody that's going to be like, Yeah, you can have it. Oh, this is where I got it. Okay? Remember that the way this world works is dark and light. When that person over there laughs at you and say, no, haha, that's why you don't got it. Somebody over there is going to be like, stop laughing. Let me tell you how to get it. Okay? Remember, the creator demands balance. So eventually someone has to tell you yes. Okay? This is something that I realized when I was trying to find a job when my daughter was a toddler. Okay? I said I just have to just keep going. These people telling me no and all this, somebody gonna say yes. So then I realized I gotta go in harder. Okay? So this one job, I kept calling. I called like 3 times in 1 week. And you know what she said? I called you in for a second interview because you kept calling. I said I wasn't going to stop calling until you actually called me back and told me to stop calling. Until you called me and said stop calling, we just ain't trying to interview you again. I wasn't going to stop calling. And she said, and that's why you're one of the main candidates we're considering for the job. And then when she went to the administrator and told the administrator how determined I was, the administrator said yes, and I got the job. See what I'm saying? True story. I blew up their phone. I blew up their phone till they couldn't take it anymore. This is how you get what you want. You have to demand it. You demand it through your energy. You demand it with your personality, and you demand it with your skills. Okay? I have a fear. I had a fear of driving big cars. It was holding me back, y'all. Everybody I know was like, you could drive my car. I was like, no, can't drive it. I'm scared. I'll just wait till my little car is fixed. And I was going without a car all because of fear, y'all. All because of fear. You know what I did today? I said, the hell with this. I'm tired of this. I'm going to drive this big car. Y'all, when I tell you I was scared as hell, I was scared. I said, I'm going to figure it out. So my family got another car. Somebody in my family got another car, but it's like a newer car, and I didn't know how to work it. Y'all, I sat there and taught myself how to work this car. I taught myself how to work this car. And then I said, okay, I got to figure out how to take out the key, turn on the antifreeze or whatever. It was really annoying. My heart was racing the whole time when I drove 1 block. After I drove around 1 block, my fear went away. Don't y'all know, I could have been driving this car 3 years ago, but fear kept me hostage. Okay, I could have drove this car until I saved enough money to fix my car. But I didn't drive it because I was scared. See what I'm saying? I was so scared of stupid stuff. But that's what I want to tell y'all. If you are living in fear, somebody put that fear spell work on you. The creator told me a type of emotion that you can't get rid of is sometimes spell work on you. Okay? If you grew up with your parents giving you that fear over and over again, and then you meet a partner giving you the same emotion or fear, then at some point it's going to affect your entire life. My mother used to always try to make me feel like you got to watch your back out here. Watch out. She was a person that was scary in society. So it would rub off on me. I did not know that hanging out with her was making me become like her, that I was getting the same fears that she had. I didn't think it was a big deal until I noticed I started having all this fear for stuff that made no sense. Okay? And the next thing I know, my mama dead and I'm sitting here in my mama. Like, this is real talk. It didn't even hit me that I literally, because I kept hanging out with her, all her trauma became my trauma. All her emotional blockage became mine. Okay? Do you know when your ancestors die, if you accept the torch, you accept their trauma too. This is why be careful saying, I want to inherit my grandma's stuff. I want her to leave me in her will. I want to be like my grandma. Okay, how do you know the demons that she's fighting when you're not around? Do you know? Do you know the demons is in her mind, hopping in and out of her mind, disturbing her peace? Guess what? If you said you're okay with getting the torch, her spiritual torch, then obviously you're ready to fight her demons. And this is the real talk. Half of these demons I didn't even have until certain family members died. I said, where the hell these demons come from? I said, I was never afraid to God in society. Like, where the heck did... And then I started pinpointing it. Oh, when I was taking care of my dad because he was lost in society. When I was running with my mom because she was scared of society. When I was running with cousins who wouldn't stand up for themselves because they scared of society. So all these different people, the demon of fear, it was jumping on me, y'all. It was jumping on me. And now I'm sitting up here fighting this demon day and night that I got from other people. You know, demonic energy can be parasitic, y'all. Like everything that's above is below and everything below is above. So if we say what's going on in hell is parasitic, you know, demons possessing other demons, demons beating up other demons, demons taking angels down, they also, their energy is in the air and it's jumping on you. It's jumping on you, y'all. I realized today I've been hanging out with somebody who got the same damn demon my mom had. Same damn demon. But they don't want to say it out loud. They don't want to say it out loud. But when I'm around them, I'm like, I see it. And it's like, I'm like, what is going on? Like, if I still keep being around them, my blessings is going to be blocked. Hi, everybody. Look, this is how you, look at my shoe, y'all. Look at this. Look at this here. This is how you get rid of fear. You have to take it very slow. Because if you take it fast, you have to take the small steps. If you take it fast, the fear will kick back in. You're feeding the fear. If you take it fast and something happens, guess what the demon gonna say? Told you so. Told you why. This is why you shouldn't do it. This is do it. And then you're gonna stop doing it, and then it's impossible to do. You're gonna be like, I can't even take a baby step. So when I had my fear of driving big cars, and I said, I'm gonna get in the car. What I did was I just sat there for a while. And I breathed, and I breathed. And then I said, I'm just gonna turn the car on. That's what I'm gonna do, okay? So it was just really ridiculous, but hey, you never know what somebody's afraid of. So I said, I'm gonna turn it on a little bit, just a little bit, okay? And when I turned it on, I was like, I was like, it was almost like I thought the car was gonna blow up, okay? I had imaginary smells. I was like, is that gasoline? All kind of paranoia kicked in. But then I said, okay, now maybe I can see if I can turn on the heat, okay? This was really ridiculous. I did all this. I faced my fear to get a burrito and to buy family breakfast and to get some fresh air, okay, to come to the park. But how bad do you want what you want? I wanted to come to this park so bad today. And I wanted to not cook my breakfast so bad today that I said I will face that car if I got to. I will do it. So, are you sick of your situation? Okay? I got sick and tired of fighting with the older car. The older car acting up, wasting gas, cranking, taking long to defreeze. I said, okay, no, I'm gonna have to face this fear, obviously. So I'm just saying, y'all, I feel like, let's try to go up here. I'm gonna talk to y'all about hills in a minute. Okay, I want to get this download to y'all. I've been trying to remember this download for the longest time. Okay, when you walk hills like this is not something you walk on a daily basis. Okay, this is a hill that you walk like you're going to the journey to Mecca. Okay, this is a hill that you walk when you want to push through some major type of block. Only time you walk a steep hill or just a hill that goes up like that, walk the entire thing, is when you're trying to push through some spiritual block. Otherwise, a hill like this, even just like this, is supposed to be only walked halfway. Okay? If you notice, see how the trees are getting greener as you go up the hill? It's getting greener. Okay? That means those are the trees that are up higher on the hill, so they're getting most of the sun up that way. Okay? They're getting most of the sun. So if I were to walk this hill and I wasn't fighting, I wasn't in a real bad spiritual fight, I would probably walk to the second tree. Okay? The green tree. Okay? What you don't want to do is walk over here. Okay? See, this is dead things here. These are things that's struggling. Okay? If you walk on this side, then you're in the energy of releasing because there's nothing here but wood. If you walk over here, where the green is, you're in the energy of trying to manifest abundance. Okay? So, in the morning hours when you're like, I'm trying to get work done, I'm trying to grind, I would walk where the green is. Okay? If you're trying to release and you haven't released yet, you probably should walk over here for grounding. For grounding so you can just look at the wood. But I wouldn't walk all the way because, see, it doesn't matter if you did work. If you did it spiritually, it's done. This is why some people say, I'm creatively blocked. It's not that you're creatively blocked. You've already done it spiritually and don't know that you did. You already was in the energy that you needed for your creative work. So because I don't want this hill being my entire creation energy, I'm walking halfway to meet my ancestors, to get the creative energy. So this is about halfway. And now I'm going to turn around and walk back down. Okay? Now, if I want to walk back down, I'm not going to walk back up again. I'm going to walk over there and just sit with the tree as if I'm walking to school. See, this is a school. Okay? If you could be a tree, you would know that this is no different than being in school. Okay? So, when you're in school, do you have steep hills inside your school to walk? No. No, you have one flight or two flights or three flights of stairs, which is about that much at the most. And it's normally when you walk that long for your class, it's normally the last class of the day. Okay? They normally put the last classes of your day at the top of the school, at the top of the building. So now I'm going to go to school. Like literally, like when you start to think of the woods and the wilderness, like you would think of being in school, then these trees will serve you. Actually, they will start to see like you're one of them. And energetically, they will speak to your metaphysical space and you will be nourished and fed spiritually. And whatever you go to create for the day, their voices, okay, their consciousness will come through your creative energy. Hey. All right. If you're in the energy, like you feel like you don't have no value, like the society don't care about you, you really are better off going to go walking and visiting the military people. Okay? Because the military people reminds you that you're important in society. There's people that fought for your freedom. So if you feel like you're alone and you're not, nobody cares about you, this reminds you that there's somebody in the military right now that's like willing to give their life for you. So you don't always got to know who's fighting for you, but somebody is. Okay? So when I feel that way, when I feel like I'm just not in the gratitude energy for my life, the time that I'm given, then I'll just go here. Let's see here. Jacob. Okay, that's Jacob, dear. Interesting name, huh? Jacob. We know Jacob. Don't we know Jacob from the Bible? Jacob is a name in the Bible. Okay. All right. So I'm not going to go all the way up because I still got other work to do. So I'm not going to use all my energy just to walk a hill. A lot of people who are really, really ripped, they're putting most of their energy into hill walking and time under tension. You know, they're walking hills, they're lifting weights, but there's other things I want to do. So I'm not going to I'm not going to wear my heart chakra down by just walking hills. I have other hills to climb, like literary hills. Every destiny is a hill. So you're not getting out of walking a hill. Your mind is not getting out of climbing a hill. You might as well just get used to it. Writers, we climb hills. We have to do grounding all through the writing process. So I wanted to make sure that I walked up there. Somebody asked me where I'm at. I really can't get into too much of my location. The YouTube people said in the YouTube description about setting up a YouTube is don't be telling the time and locations all the time. Y'all will find out when you on YouTube a long time and you're helping a lot of people, people will come to your house. People will find you. Like I've had people find me and come to my crib. So just be careful, about being so specific. Okay, y'all, I gotta get ready to go. 52 minutes I've been talking. Notice how I take breaks and stop. See, cardio, the horse energy is about going and stopping, going and stopping, going and stopping. You could go longer, okay? You could go longer if you stop. And stop don't mean you got to come to a permanent stop. A stop is to catch your breath. Once you let yourself go out of breath too long, you're in fight or flight. You're doing aerobics instead of aerobics. Aerobics is this. For older people. Okay? Or you go real fast as you can and then 30 seconds. Even when walking, I find that Tai Chi walking is still a 30-second walk. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1. Okay? 1, 2, 3. So you don't want to rest too long. Like you rest about 7 to 10 seconds. Otherwise, you're not keeping up the flow, the energy flow. Okay? All right. We have been taught, keep going, don't stop, don't catch your breath. This is why we got worldwide burnout, y'all. Okay, if your heart chakra can't deal with it, if your heart chakra is like, I need some breath. Don't sit there and say, no, you're going. No. Harder, smarter, longer. Don't say that, y'all. I'm telling you, in the end, what's going to happen is when you're trying to do other stuff for yourself, you're going to be like, I'm too tired now. I'm too tired to do self-care. Okay, always keep in mind that there's other stuff you have to do than just walking and talking. So if you manage to get a 30-minute walk in, you're actually doing pretty good. Okay? If you're outside 30 minutes in the wintertime, you're doing better than a lot of people. A lot of people don't come out in the winter that long. They run to their cars, they run into their jobs, they sit in break rooms during the winter, they sit in their car, okay? For real, y'all. I can't wait to have my humble dinner. Like, what if we glamorized humble living? And humble living isn't, I'm sitting in the house all the time, okay? Going on adventures is required, but humble living meaning, well, everybody eating steak, I'm eating chicken and dumpling soup. Well, everybody is eating steak, I'm having red beans and rice and some bread. That I really want us to get back to the humble living because we were in that energy in the 90s. You know, we were like, oh, I got one bag of clothes. I'm not poor. Like, I don't ever remember feeling like I was falling behind in the 90s, even though I had one drawer of clothes. And sometimes all we had was red beans and rice for 3 days for dinner. You know, I'm sure there was people in our neighborhood that was eating T-bone steaks. But the point that I'm making is only life that, oh, it's really none of your business, okay? Just start minding your business and be like, I don't care. If somebody say, well, I was eating a tip, it's none of my business. It's none of my business. Okay, the new stuff. I'll see the new stuff when you wear it. You know, I find that people are forcing their manifesting powers on people. There's a lot of bragging going on. Just look at Instagram and Facebook. Endless bragging. I just bought a house. My law of attraction. See this car? I manifested a dream house, everybody. It's like endless bragging. It's like, this is why I like to roll alone. This is why I go outside and be like, I'm going out by myself and I'll meet somebody where my dreams are. When I meet people where my dreams are, 9 times out of 10, some of those people are going to be humble people. Because I'm doing my dreams, which means I'm being humbled. Dreams are meant to humble you. For real. Like, once you be so humble with doing your dream, at some point, when you see the benefits coming through your dream, you're not even going to want the things that you wanted before. You're going to be like, I don't even want that car. I'm cool. I'll take me a little used car, a little decent car. You know, this is why I do have a lot of love for Johnny Depp. Because Johnny Depp is all about chasing his dreams. He's doing all his dreams, which is why he actually lives humble. Johnny Depp they showed the car he drives. He drives a car that middle class people will drive. His clothes, they just wears like plain white collar shirts and his little vest. He doesn't even wear fancy jewelry or anything. The man is like really humble. But the point that I'm saying is that if you can't find your way to humbleness, if you got a problem with wasting money, find a dream. When you put your energy into a dream so much, the things that you thought was valuable to you, they're not. A lot of that stuff y'all have in your house, you're going to be like, it's not even a big deal. Because your dream work is going to trump all that in emotional fulfillment. Your emotional fulfillment is going to be way more powerful when you find your dreams. Okay? You're going to start, you may even be mad at yourself. Like, why did I buy this stuff? Why did I spend my money on these people? Why? But just forgive yourself because you did not know that the true abundance is peace. That's it. Look, some of the dead people got more abundance than us. They at peace. Just think about that. They are at peace. And dreams are meant to give you peace. Dreams are meant to have you, your dreams that you love is meant to have you put your head on the pillow softer than yesterday. It's for you to sleep a little softer. But the more you fulfill your dreams, the more you do your dreams, even just 30 minutes a day, the less irritable, the less negative, you will even stop sinning as much. Like you will notice that you might got just one sin. That's it. You know, like Charles Bukowski, he had the sin of drinking, but he wasn't doing anything else that was sinful. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, you might have really one demon you're fighting with. Your dreams is also to keep you away from demons that would be as strong as you because they got to know you real well, or demons that's been following you your whole life and suddenly they get access to you. But when you follow your dreams, it sets up some sort of protection bubble around you so that eventually their energy gets some back to them, even if you don't even know that they're attacking you. Y'all, this is deep. Okay, y'all, let me go ahead and go. Because, y'all. Okay, when I get too many consciousness coming around, I leave. Y'all will find out that when you are climbing spiritually, it's easy for other people's consciousness to, connect with yours. You'll find that you're picking up stuff and you're like, I don't even know why this stuff coming to my mind. So in the morning hours, I really like to protect my conscious awakening time. So I normally will roll alone, you know.